Shalom, this is the brother Gamal Ya'Allah out of GMS ATL, giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, also giving double honors to the apostles, the elders that rule well, and also shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, this is breaking news. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the video.
This is a breaking news alert. Breaking news now, North Korea just detonated a nuclear weapon, triggering a 5.4 magnitude quake. This is the top story right now. It has set the internet on fire. According to Reuters, a seismic event in North Korea on Friday morning, measured by the U.S. Geological Survey with a magnitude of 5.3, appeared to be a nuclear test. That is according as well to South Korea's meteorological agency. They write here that the seismic event was detected near North Korea's known nuclear test site where it detonated its fourth nuclear device in January. Now, the USGS said that the tremor was detected on the surface. Now, if you recall, the last nuclear device that North Korea detonated was below the surface. This is a new style of nuclear weapon, so there's going to be probably a lot more detection, a lot more sensors, a lot more information and data that we'll be receiving from this from all across the world. Now, they write here that naturally occurring earthquakes strike below the ground, as you know. Now, according to South Korea's Yonhap news agency, they said it had been an artificial quake. All right. They also state here North Korea's January nuclear tests and a series of missile tests this year were in violation of UN Security Council resolutions.
All right,
of course,
so
you know, Kim Jong-un.
Basically, one of the lessons that I did, or news updates that I did a couple weeks ago, right? It was about North Korea threatening to retaliate to the United States and South Korea war games, or war exercises, right? Now, this is basically North Korea is threatening with this with this nuke. All right, they've detonated a nuke. All right, which a detonate means to explode, right? So they've made a nuke explode, and it's caused a 5.4 magnitude earthquake, right? Now, they're saying it appeared to be a nuclear test, which we know that's bullshit. I mean, well, probably was a test, but you gotta understand that these tests, man, are for a reason, right? These tests are pretty much these countries flexing their muscles, right, and saying, you know, don't fuck with us, you know. I'm gonna go on a little bit more, see what else he has to say, but as you see, the UN, all right, the United Nations Security Council, all right, they're not okay with this, right? So
Does not care about the UN Security Council. They continue here the recent satellite imagery and intelligence has indicated increased activity at one of their nuclear sites where they carried out their fourth test in January. The country is banned by the United Nations sanctions from any test of nuclear missile technology, but in recent months, they state, it has conducted a series of missile launches and threatened to carry out nuclear attacks on its enemies. Now, as we are reporting right now, there is also a military war game underway that North Korea has been very vocal against. That military exercise with South Korea and the United States, another military exercise. I don't believe it's as large as the one that took place in April with 300,000 troops. And now, as soon as this nuke went off, my phone started going off, my Twitter, all my private messages, all the people who sent me tips, it just started going everywhere. I started seeing it in the comments section as I'm getting ready for this program. Now, let's just check in real quick here with what we're seeing right now before we jump out. It says here, yes, this was the fourth nuclear test. North Korea appears to have conducted a nuclear test. North Korea nuclear test suspected after artificial quake. Artificial may have, okay, this says that North Korea may have.
All right, so that's pretty much it on that. But as you see, I mean, this is breaking news, man. This is a big deal. Now, you know, that's one of the things that this articles like these, right, makes you realize, you know, that we're getting really really close to this thing, man. Because these are big events, right? Now, this is another follow up, and this was just posted about 10 minutes ago uh, by the Next News Network. And by the way, the Next News Network is on it, man. All right. This is where I primarily go to for international news. I mean, of course, you have other outlets, but as far as third-party news, this is a really good network, and a lot of brothers have been using this, or keeping, following this channel. All right.
We've got some breaking news in the wake of the North Korean nuclear test. Air Force One has just taken off like a bat out of hell, right out of Milwaukee. This is what is happening right now. DWS Intel is reporting. Now, these guys are on top of it, and I monitor this feed, and we got some messages from some of our viewers as well. Air Force One up in a hurry over Lake Michigan, heading for D.C. Now, there's a lot of speculation here as to what exactly is going on, and we also reported that there is an emergency summit taking place in South Korea right now. Now, North Korea just detonated a nuclear bomb. It was a surface nuke. It triggered a 5.4 earthquake. The early reports are now stating it was a 10 megaton nuclear weapon. So wherever Obama was at the moment, apparently, looks like he was in Milwaukee at the time of this action, and now he is headed. This is just moments ago, my friends. This is just moments ago. You can see the heading, the altitude, and the speed. Now, there's a lot of speculation, of course, in this thread we're going to bring to you here. Let's see, Chilaxon is asking the question, is there another alert aircraft at Andrews? And I do believe that there is a second Air Force One always stationed in D.C., and then there's, of course, the one that Obama flies around in. Sometimes they take them both. DWS Intel responds. Now, I'm not sure what some of this jargon is. ADSB, maybe afterburners. I'm not sure. ADSB turned on. And then, of course, there's some more data here that has been picked up. This looks like, see if we can bring this up closer for you. And from what we can tell, yeah, it's pretty difficult to make out exactly what is going on there. Someone made a joke here, a snap golf tournament. That's funny. But no, with all seriousness, there is a lot going on, and with the North Korean nuclear test, it's very likely that President Obama is heading back to Washington for a...
All right, so as you see, this is a big deal. Air Force One is the jet that Obama rides in. So as you see, this is a big deal. All right, this is urgent. All right, for the president to fly straight to D.C. All right, to the Pentagon. Right, that shows you that this is something that was unexpected. As he said, there's something that's going on, some type of summit in South Korea, right? So you can expect something major, other major events to follow up with this, right? Now, North Korea already warned, man. They warned. All right, Kim Jong-un, he warned United States and South Korea. Really, that was a warning to the entire world, right? But he warned, he said that he would not take those drills lightly, and those drills had just taken place, I believe, last week, right? So Kim Jong-un, man. And then United States, they called his bluff, right? They said that basically he ain't about shit. He's just talking, right? So, we gotta keep track, of this thing and what's going on because we're the watchmen. All right, and now I got one more video to bring out on the next news network, and then I'm gonna bring out a couple precepts.
Game on. Yes, my friends, you've been waiting for it. World War III. It's prime to go. Military now mobilizing near the Ukrainian border, according to the Daily Star, breaking this story here. Russia appears to be poised for war as footage now has emerged of a massive number of movements of Vladimir Putin's weapons towards Ukraine. Now, this footage shows, this is you can see one of the frames there, as well as the frame right below. These are two pictures composite together. There's a train, and then there's also on the road there. Now, the video has emerged of a military train brimming with trucks and mobile missile launchers 60 miles from the Ukrainian border. Again, they also state that the footage shows a gigantic column of Putin's tanks moving near Crimea as part of a large-scale war game operation with 12,000 soldiers. So, the top picture is the column of tanks. The lower picture is the trains. Right here, the tensions are at an all-time high between Russia and Ukraine after Moscow accused Kiev of plotting a terrorist attack in the annexed peninsula. So they're holding a massive war game, 12,000 troops right there on the border with Ukraine. We stated this. This is textbook flexing of military might and movement of troops in the event of possible war. Okay? War games serve as the cover.
All right, so as you see, there's a lot of war games going on as well, right? Because it's going down it's going down in Ukraine, right? Now, as this comment right here says, the U.S. is playing chicken with its own citizens, right? Because you're not gonna hear, the average American doesn't know what the hell is going on, man. The average American, right? They're consumed, and you got these binge TV shows, all these shows. They'll binge watch these TV shows. All right, the average American, they don't know what the hell is going on. They're wrapped up into these police shootings, right? These police shootings are small things, man. Niggas get killed, man. But they don't look at, they're not looking at what's happening on a larger scale, on the grander scale. It's important to look up world news. Now let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and Google World War III, and let's just see what comes up. And let's go to search tools, and let's go within the past. No, let's go within the past week. Let's go here. Alright, bear with me 1 second. Just seeing, skimming through. All right, now as you see, I mean, just skimming through, you see a lot of Russian military preps for war against NATO, right? You see a lot of that. Now let's click on news. That's another good one. All right, give me 1 second. Bugging out. Okay. All right. Let's. This is one of the ones I want to bring out. World War III news: Russia acquires high-end tanks, prepping for war. All right. Now look at these tanks, man. Now Russia is definitely. They definitely have top military grade equipment. All right. In recent World War III news, a contract was signed by Russian Defense Ministry to order and deliver more than 100 T-14 Armata tanks. And Russia's on the cutting edge of, they got the missile called Satan. All right, and they have there was another one. I can't remember the name right now. It'll come to me. But they're on the cutting edge. They're on cutting edge technology when it comes to this warfare. Here's another one. Russia builds top secret World War III bunkers, reinforced command posts installed in Moscow and rural mountains. Now, I mean, that article pretty much speaks for itself. I don't really have to go into that, but that just pretty much shows you that why do you think these nations are prepping? What are they prepping for? Right? Why would they need to build top secret bunkers? Right? This is off of the Inquisitor.com. Why would they need to do that? Why are they staging? Why are they doing these drills, military drills? Right? You know, these are questions that you have to ask yourself. You know, what is all this about? And us being in the truth, we know what it's about, man. This is all prophecy. This is, the Lord set this up. The Lord set all this up to bring the so-called white man down, right? He's putting the spirit on these world leaders to bring down, to disrupt and divide Esau's system, right? To come against each other, because the scriptures say a kingdom divided against itself shall not prosper, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out a precept, a couple of precepts. All right, this is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? Because that's all this is. This is wars and rumors of wars. Now, right now it's just rumors, right? Because really, it's not just rumors though, because there's actual actions. I mean, there's actions that are taking place, right? Because when you have two sides prepping, it's like when you in boxing, right before a fight. All right, you have two boxers that are training, right? You got the two sides, right? You got the allies and the enemies. You got NATO, and then you got the BRICS nations. They're coming up against each other, but right now they're training, right? Right now they're gearing up. They're doing these exercises. All right, they're investing in top of the line, military equipment. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things have to come to pass, man. Everything, all these prophecies, right? Because the elect isn't going to be delivered until all the prophecies prior are fulfilled, right? So what does that mean? That means we can expect the chip. That means we can expect race wars. That means we can expect famine, right? And that means that this World War III is going to kick off, right? One second. All right, now this is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, right? So that's what's happening. Like I said before, you got these different kingdoms, right? These world powers that have set themselves in array against each other. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, and that's why I just said it. All these things have to come to pass before the Lord visits this place, right? So, as watchmen, we gotta constantly be watching for this thing and staying in the spirit, right? But that's pretty much it on that. That was a breaking news World War III update. All right, and Shalom.